So who are the people who will now decide Karen Read's fate? Before closing arguments began this morning, another juror was excused from the trial. You may remember that the case actually began with 17 jurors because of the high interest in the trial. Well, now 14 remain, and 2 women were randomly selected as alternates today, which means the jury is now evenly split between 6 men and 6 women. The judge chose a man as the foreperson in the trial. So Read, of course, is on trial for murder, but even if she's acquitted on that charge, the jury could find her guilty on lesser charges. Courtney Cole brought in an expert tonight to break down the options that are now in front of the jury.
Thanks, David. Legal analyst Phil Tracy joins us in studio. So now I want to start by having us break down the 3 charges that Karen Read is currently facing, because we want viewers to really be able to understand the verdict when it does come down. So, these charges include second-degree murder, manslaughter while operating under the influence, and then leaving the scene of personal injury and death. So talk to us about the criteria for a guilty verdict for each of these charges.
Well, let me say this about second-degree murder. You would have to intend at that moment, not pre to the incident, but right at that moment, to drive that car into him in order to kill him. I don't believe that's the case under any circumstance. Now, the next 2 charges do fit the crime, that she meant to send him a message about their relationship or they were fighting that night. She did intentionally or unintentionally hit him, causing his death. Now, that's the manslaughter charge. If you hit somebody and you don't think they're hurt and you drive away, that's the last charge. The defense has said these people inside the house beat them up and threw them out in the lawn to die. That's kind of a hard theory. But on the other hand, they have created a reasonable doubt in the case. They don't want a hung jury, which could happen, and they don't want a conviction on the lesser charges.
And that's actually a good segue, because that's my next question. The jury could decide to convict on what's called a lesser included offense. So we want to make sure that our viewers understand that as well. What does that mean?
Well, it means that they bypass the murder case because they find that she did not intend at that moment to kill him. So now they go down to a lesser charge where her reckless activity caused backing into him, caused his death, and then the lower charge of leaving the scene after causing serious bodily injury. This is the difficulty in a case like this. It's a long, big case. So if they come up with a hung jury, they're going to have to try it again.
And all of these points, as you have pointed out, was what really, I think, has captivated so many people for about 8 weeks. So, Phil Tracy, thank you so much. Well, David, we're going to throw it back to you.
All right, Courtney, thank you so much.